prickle. No, it's too much power. We'll rip a hole in space and time. He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out. When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. I can't hear you, he sang out. And you?
我手机，我的手刚刚被摇感，不知道哪个地方刮碎到很直接。
He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
让青蛙看一下啊，不然他说不定知道一些东西会变更强。
Renato could see tiny sparks in the blackness that was the Iblis stone, as if somewhere within it, the core was still spitting out energy, which the Iblis stone sucked in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Renato. Well, the scientists would explain it all.
科学家会解释一切。我马上解释完再去打也不迟嘛，是不是？死兔子。
See? He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero. To ignore the naysayers and the odd-makers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he? And this is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
这也太小了。7x7，这场地也太小，为什么会自己
This thing really needed a roof.
他们打我3遍。 不管了，就把我先开了。是更多来元素。哦，风之星。我没有说它是爱元素。随意取。对，我觉得有这3个东西啊。
Cool. Wish I could do that.
Yeah. 哦，越来越厉害哦！开玩笑，你讲狂揍就对了。
Renato had never felt better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down, and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another.
对。
If he ever had a castle, he was going to hide his stuff better.
对，清水咒。啊，转啊！哈哈哈，好爽，他们这。
The Imperial fleet was closing in on the rebels, forcing them to come out and fight. Renato was itching to bring the fight to the enemy. He had to remind himself not to be too reckless. I have what I need to craft any weapon, thought Renato, as long as it's a sword.
我还不能做。这好像已经最强了，我靠！ 周围敌人有燃烧效果。哎呦，开玩笑。射我啊！
Do you guys ever wonder? Boy, some people were just liable to explode if you upset them.
当被击中或被扔出去，他们会减后爆炸。他们可以。不行。
Burned fur.
哦，直接爆炸了！哦，如果直接把它杀掉，它直接爆炸吗？看一下，让我一下。原来只剩7颗而已啊！它剩下那个什么火石头可以干嘛？ 哦，不是，我的剑已经到最大了，已经到最屌了。帮我下去。这不知道干嘛。
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky River, explained Renato. No more repellent souls.
But the core is not an unlimited energy source,
said one toad. Another said,
there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. Yet the stone doesn't actually feed on souls. claimed a third.
But on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload.
This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
看一下啊、核心是那免遭之时啊，但沙漏使其过载，他必须寻找。超载的核心让人无法安心。对啊，先回去啊，说不定我打到一半，我直接把队友都杀光了。
Maybe the stone did not feed on blood, or souls, or rage. It fed on empathy. It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him, if he could find peace, then he could use the power of the Iblis stone without being taken over by its evil. The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there.
一感悟之后，对不对？就直接再也不跟人家打架了，就是连自己的兄弟都什么鬼都不去救。他说体悟心灵相通，然后就这样飘过去了。
Unfortunately, the mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere, no matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it, not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of eldritch energy. He wasn't feeding the Iblis stone. What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods? Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it? The stone was still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? But something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out. Renato had learned so much about... what was it again?
就等一下，等又拐我。我飞回去了。我，耶，是不是？
No one could beat Renato at hot potato.
送你吃了。你的风格可接受？你这个风格你说啊，可接受？你 看我要一个一个打，我拿他的队友把他的队友炸死，对不对？同时战斗风格看，别！我开刀！一次换我。换剑大法，看一下。
Renato, smash!
要70颗才能做那个虚无之剑，我那虚空力量的来去，那是也挺重。我快烧山顶了，我刚一直传送，很快烧山顶，放我下去。我都试一次。这个主角超强，他可以永远一直回去过去。这个跑路有点久啊！你要么就给我打架，不要给我在那边一直跑路好不好？很无聊。那边有出去。
The Iblis Stone, silenced by the Sky River's core, had given Renato enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Renato was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction, but it would have to wait.
给我矿石！我要矿石！冰雕大师哎！
You couldn't find high-quality ore like this just anywhere. Just anywhere with chests.
正能量上线。
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. To fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage.
Does your soul need fixing?
Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately. He told the sage.
You're a fox,
said Calaveras.
To kill birds is part of your nature. You should take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly?
It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child.
天性好不好？妈，最水的天性。
The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelled
狐狸是专门
good
吃乌鸦的，
somehow.
不是专门吃乌鸦吗？他吃得到。
he was ready.
“如果我在想，如果我们走一样的剧情，他会叫我们再打一次一样的关卡吗？”
Renato had it all squared away in his head.
哇，他直接开始要给我选择了。